speaks of her to correct his lost sons. Her children pledge each faithful heart to guard Guyana's lands, to foil the shock of rude invaders who violate her earth, to cherish and defend forever the state that gave them birth. We forge a nation's mighty soul, construct a nation's fame. Freedom our everlasting goal, courage and truth our aim. Unyielding in our quest for peace, like ancient heroes brave, to strive and never cease, with strength beyond the slave. Guyana climbed the glorious verge to fame, prosperity, joining the universal search for worldwide community. Your people must surrender greed, renew our polity, with one forever changing great nation's unity.
Marching towards the shining future, courage high, the past is gone. Brave for coming fear and mountain road is summoned and stone. Through the storm clouds dark and glory, through faith light and flash and flame, on the Republic of Guyana, glorify Guyana's name. Forward, forward, youthful nation, rang with power the armsman's might. May his strength forever gratitude to strive and seizing me for right. From Guyana's base consummate to white surface streets that gray, bid thy people give Guyana strong, united, loyal, free. My Guyana, my Guyana, my Guyana, my Guyana, El Dorado, best of all the world away. In my heart wherever I wander, memory enshrined thee. All my hopes and aspirations, all my longings, only tie everlasting bonds around us as the fleeting years roll by. My Guyana, El Dorado, my Guyana, time's unfolding and for my destiny, to redeeming lasting splendor over years and lost to me, and the dawning of thy glory, for the long, long night is past. Oh, arise, triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. Oh, arise, triumphant, glorious, from the ashes of the past. Guyana, beautiful Guyana, oh my lovely native land. Oh, dear to me that all the world I see was this round. Oh, down upon the border, down upon the sea, the great Atlantic flowing to a pure the sea, that more I know, or better in the presence as though I love thee, I love thee, I love Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free. Together, my comrades, we will build our new Guyana, a country where all are equal opportunity. So let us begin now to show loyalty to Guyana by showing love and respect for all that it is. My brothers, my sisters, we will live and die here together. Come on to one people, one nation, one destiny. For harmonious living, cooperation will be forever. In work and play as we live as proud Guyanese. Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free. Well, it's time we settle all the racials in the interior. Our natural resources are there in great quantity. And we will do farming and establish jobs by the border. With global food so we could fill all Guyanese. My greatest desire is to serve my country, Guyana, and sincerely help my Guyana to move along. Our government asks us that we study hard and we learn the things that will help Guyana to become strong. Guyana, I want to serve my country. Guyana, beautiful, happy, and free. Guyana, let's cooperate with our government to help develop Guyana the free. To help develop Guyana the free. We hail the
Inspired by our leaders, our destiny belongs. And proudly praise the culture, undaunted with humble hearts and heads held down, we dance for each unity of twine. We bow before thy golden Lord, the children of Guyana's song. Great is the task that thou hast given, thy will to show, thy truth to find, to tell ourselves that we are one in thy great universal mind. Woods not in vain we strive to live, under thy honor great and free, under the glory and the hope, the land of love and unity. O children of Guyana, rise, rise up and sing with throbbing tears, and bless the land that gave you birth, and vow to serve her through the years.
You can get meat anywhere, but for the best cuts of chicken, beef, pork, mutton, and lots more, check out T and W Harris Butcher Shop located in the East Rheinveld Market Meat section. Call us on 609-7168, 641-4494. Ask for Rastaman. T and W Harris Butcher Shop for the best in fresh cut meats and lots more.
Are you hosting an event? Do you need ice, party ice in large or small quantities? Then call us at 622-5933 for the best party ice available. $1,000 per bag. We do delivery. EC Crystals, Sideline Dam, Buxton North. Call to have your orders filled today. Planning a party? Worry no more. We have all the supplies you need. At EC Party Rentals, we have folding chairs, folding tables, square tables, round tables, long tables, short tables, big tables. We have chairs, red chairs, gold chairs, white chairs, crystal chairs, chairs of all type, throne chairs. What you want, we have. Food warmers, coolers, ice, beverages. At EC Party Rentals, we have what you need to have a good time. You plan the party, we do the work. Call us 622-5933. Easy Party Rentals. Let's keep your party going. Are you looking for tents to rent? Well, look no further. At Easy Party Rentals, Sideline Dam, Buxton North, we have tents in all sizes and colors. All sizes of tents we have. Small tents, big tents, medium tents, extra large tents. Call us on 622-5933. We have what you need. Easy Party Rentals. Big on tents.
Amsterdam, I think I only get 3 Kalari. You see, when the function finished, right? The egg bag, them people in it. Oh my goodness. And it's like, I said, we got whole cupboard. So it's like, let's have a little. Amsterdam, everything shine. I've forgotten to taste anything. Because like I said, just eat 3 Kalari. Everybody complimented the stuff. It was tasty. All of them munch down and come back and load. Certain places you can go get proper stuff, but it's so more than enough. I appreciate The
The
variety
variety
option.
option
At
at
Lou's
Lou's
Kitchen,
Kitchen.
it's no
It's no
alvadose.
advertise.
Call
Call
us
us
for the
for the
best
best
in
in
Creole
Creole
food.
food.
653 3205.
653-3205.
Lou's,
Lutz,
the original
original
Creole
Creole
chef.
chef.
Hey, I am morning. Welcome to another program of Guyanese Morning Time. I am your host, Kidaki Amsterdam. What's up? What going on? How you do? How was you yesterday? How was your last night? No, I ain't asked you nothing yet. I'm gonna tell you when I want to ask you. You must get time and place, and don't ask me nothing before I ask you something. How was your last night? How are you this morning? How are you feeling today? What are your plans for today? What are your plans to succeed today? How many of those smart goals that you set have you been able to achieve so far? What is a hamburg? What is a stumbling block? What you need to remove so that you can proceed and progress? Maybe we can help you this morning on the Guyanese Morning Time. Because the encouragement is that, you will stumble, but there's nothing wrong with stumbling. Nothing at all is wrong with stumbling. Like I usually say, falling is not a problem. It's the unwillingness to get up or the inability to get up. A lot of people, they say pride goeth before a fall. But a lot of people,
The maid realized that the boss had made a mistake.
when they fall, feel so devastated that they refuse to get up or they, want to roll over and die. Giving up is not an option. Rolling over and die is not an option. We have to be determined to continue to do what we have to do. As the Bible says, I got to do what I got to do. And so if you recognize that your goal is to get to the end of this dark tunnel where there's light, come hell or high water, you have to do what you have to do to get to the end of this dark tunnel. Come hell or high water. Don't let nobody stress you out. Don't let nobody be a blocker. If you can't climb over, then crawl under. Squeeze to the side. But at the end of the day, be determined to get to your goal. And as much as we can help you here over at CAMS and the Black Economic Empowerment Society, as much as we can offer help, we will offer help. So if you want to reach out to us, and we will see how best we can assist you. We believe in partnerships because partnerships will make the world go wrong and partnerships will empower others. As an educator, I always said, and I adapted because I saw it for myself. The more you teach, the more you learn. The more you help, the more you gain. Trust me. You might not gain physical things, you might not gain material things, but you gain experience, you gain knowledge, you gain wisdom, you gain understanding. And so we are never shy here at CAMS TV and the Black Economic Empowerment Society. We're always willing to help. What help do you need? Do you need guidance as to how to set up a business or what business you should invest in? We could give you the idea too. We could give you the idea. In some instances, we're willing to hold your hand and lead you through the processes. But one of the encouragement is that you must remember those who held your hand in your time of weakness. Remember those who stood by you in your time of struggles. Remember those who laid a path or cleared a path so that you can walk or travel that path and succeed. Remember that. As they say, give Jackie jacket, give Jane she skirt or blouse, whichever one. Acknowledge when people have been good to you. Acknowledge when people have inspired you. because that in itself is an inspiration for others. Good? I'm just saying so. I'm just encouraging you this morning. Let me say I'm very encouraged by what I saw this morning. I like mind people business, and I don't have to get their permission to mind the business, because their business, as far as I'm concerned, is all of our business. And so last week or 2 weeks ago, when I saw the PNC started the Palm Tree Cafe, I advertised their cafe, I advertised their bar. I encourage you to support the kitchen there, support the cafe, buy the food. They have a daily lunch special and so on and so forth. And I did that for a few mornings so people become aware. And then, of course, I stopped because all good things got to come to an end. We're talking businessy, right? And so if you're making money, I'll be willing to spend money too. So don't expect that I'll be advertising the Palm Tree Kitchen or Palm Tree Cafe and Bar until eternity, free of charge. No, you got to contribute something to the upkeep of CAMS TV. I am just talking my truth. And so I did my community service. So people know now, if they check my page, they will see a poster there with Palm Tree Cafe and Bar. All right and good. You support Palm Tree Cafe and Bar. That information is out there. And I did say, I like where they're going. And one of the things I suggested is, I'll do a weekend line, do a Friday afternoon line. They say black people like sport, and if your majority of supporters are black people and they're going to sport, let us spend the money by you so that they can expect a return in terms of a stronger political organization, a political organization with more resources to help in times of need, to fuel itself in times of struggle, and not depend on the friends of its opponent to finance that struggle. Right? And so it came to my attention this morning that the PNC now is going to be hosting karaoke on Fridays. And so big up yourself over there. Leader Norton is still at the helm. And so big up yourself, Leader Norton and team. I believe you all listen to me. In fact, I know they got people that listen to me. And when they listen to me, they just kind of ideas and say, I'm get a workable idea. I'll take it and leave you on with it. Right? And so check this one out. Karaoke hangout and lime every Friday night from 7 p.m. at Palm Tree Cafe and Bar, Congress Place, Sapphire. Check that one out. Good? Check that one out. You have the poster there. Karaoke hangout and lime every Friday night from 7 p.m. at Palm Tree Cafe and Bar, Congress Place, Sapphire. I'll check that one out. Good. Club Twilight still is hosting its own karaoke and oldies night and so on and so forth on Thursdays, and the weekend starts. So any night you want to come into Club Twilight and do a round, sing some karaoke, relax a bit and so on, we are here so you can come and enjoy our services and our atmosphere and so on and so forth. Good. But like I say, part of our challenge as a people is that we are so individualistic and we think about selves only. And we don't think about the bigger good. And I'm demonstrating this morning that sometimes we need to think about the bigger good. And so this morning I'm encouraging, by my example, let us spread the word that the PNC has a karaoke hangout on Lime on Fridays, and you should go there and support it. I'm not the kind that think that if PNC gets support, I won't get support. There are enough of us in this country to support events all around the place. Good. Our first musical break. Let me play something for you. This is a karaoke classic, right? So you can go and sing that one. Said I encourage you.
Oh, Donna, oh, Donna, I love you. never loved anyone but you. Please stay in my arms. Let them talk if they want to. No matter what they say or do, they never, never can make me change the way I feel about you. Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna, I love you. Oh, Donna, I need you. Please stay in my arms. Please stay in my arms.
Oh, Donna. Oh, how many are you looking for Donna still? How many are looking for Donna? I see somebody saying in recognition of my encouragement and promotion of the PNC businesses like the bingo and the cafe and so on, they should host the karaoke at Club Twilight every second Friday. That's a matter for PNC. Because trust me, they're going to pay when they come in this side, Don't think it's free. This venue don't go for free, right? There are some things this venue would go for free, but not all the time free, We can't do free all the time. We cannot do free all the time. Things have to be paid for, things have to be maintained, And of course, people got to eat. Some people believe that if you are a public official or if you're a community activist, everything you do should be unpaid. How then do we feel with ourselves? How then do we get that much needed R&R period? Let's say we want a vacation. Let's say we want a day off. Let's say we want to go right away into the sunset for one day. How then do we get to do that if everything we do, we're expected to do free? You got to learn to reward people. You have to recognize people's efforts and reward them for it. And so I'm telling you, I'll start rewarding me this morning. Share the life. Yeah, share the life, man. Those of you on Facebook, share the life. Those of you on TikTok, invite others to join us. Yes. Optimistic, you want to know which banner? I know you ain't living under a rock. Hey, Oladoy. I know you ain't living under a rock, darling. You just breathe, right? I sure you just breathe. Hey, Oladoy. Yes. So y'all share the live, and those of you, we have our Cash App, we have our Cash App, we have our Zelle, we have MMG. Those of you who want to send contributions to MMG, you can use the 622 number. That is 622-5933. 622-5933 is where you contribute to our MMG. Those of you who want to use Zelle and Cash App and so on, but now you should know that it's always out there. But let me put it up for you. Yes, let me put it up for you. Zelle, you can try 1-862-373-5187 in the name of your donor, and the Cash App you can try $KAMS TV. Good. MMG 6225933. Yes, it's Wednesday. It's Empowerment Wednesday. And so today I'm going to be talking about empowering ourselves and how we empower others. First and foremost, how we empower ourselves to empower others. And if we empower each other, how empowered we will be as a people. Just think on those things. Just think on those things. How can you empower yourself to start with? And then how can you empower your household? And how can you empower your community? And how
we can empower the wider community. First and foremost, so we can empower the African Guyanese community or the Afro-Guyanese, the Afro community across the world. Because if you can't love yourself first, you can't love nobody else. The good book says, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. And so it's instrumental. You have to love yourself first. Because if you ain't got love, you've never experienced love, then how do you show love? You can't give away and get. So when I talk about empowering African Guyanese, I'm not saying don't empower anybody else. But it's important that we recognize unless we can empower ourselves, then it's difficult for us to even show others how to empower themselves. So keep that in mind. And this morning I'm going to, of course, frontally, we're going to talk more about the Black Economic Empowerment Society. A lot of people have been asking me for more information at Black Economic Empowerment Society. But one of the things you have to understand, some things you talk half and you leave half. You can't talk everything in public. Some things you just got to come closer so that I can whisper in your ears. And that is why those of you who are interested in the Black Empowerment Society should be joining the organization, filling out the membership form, liking and following our page. Bees, like and follow our page. We have a page on Facebook. And right on Facebook there's a link to the application form. Right on Facebook there is, I'd say, the mission statement. So you can go and check that out. In the meantime, like I say, sometimes I just like to take it light. And we're going to continue to take it light this morning as we discuss empowerment. That song, Donna, was from Dobby Dotson. And so I'll stick with Dobby Dotson for a while. Just now we were calling for Donna. Now it's time to call for Muriel. Not everybody likes Donna. Some people like Muriel too.
If I had a pair of wings,
some of us like Muriel too. All of us don't like Donna.
Over the prison was I fly, until I find the one I love so well. Muriel, and just because I love her so, that is the reason why I'd go. Although I know that it may cost my life, Muriel, call her name loud, and it's like singing, whoa, 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 whisper it soft, and it's like praying, I love my girl, she's so sweet, oh Muriel, I love you so, and just because I love her so, that is the reason why I go. Although I know that it may cost my life, call her name loud, and it's like singing, whoa, 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 whisper favorite song, and it's like rain. I love my girl, she's so sweet. Oh Muriel, oh Muriel, I love you so. And just because I love her so, that is the reason why I go. Until I find the one I love so well.
Muriel. Muriel. That is why I love her so. That is why I love my people so. I love my people. I love Guyanese. But like I said, charity begins at home. If I can't show love to those who are closest to me, then who else am I capable of showing love to? Don't let me fool with self. Right? Some people accuse you of being racist when you say black love. There's nothing racist in that. I like to say it might be racial, but there's nothing racist in that. Good. So let's talk about empowerment and the Black Economic Empowerment Society. We recognize that Afro-Guyanese in particular are disadvantaged. Disadvantaged for many reasons. In many instances, one would argue that there are no real structures that can provide the kind of guidance and support that we need as a people to really break the barriers, break the shackles that continue to keep us contained and oppressed and down-pressed. And so it is the belief that if we can create the kind of atmosphere, create the kind of organization that can chaperone Afro-Guyanese, whether young, old, or in between, and help them to get to certain basic goals to start with, we can make a difference and we can help our people in the empowerment journey. Something as simple as a career choice. When I look back, or when I look at Guyana, majority of Afro-Guyanese are in the public service. Majority of Afro-Guyanese are in the public service. Like it or not, they're in the public service. A lot of them are also in the private sector, but not as entrepreneurs, not as business owners, not as employers, but rather employees. So in short, if you look around this society, the majority of Afro-Guyanese are employees. They are using their skill, their talent, their knowledge, their wisdom, their experience to generate income and generate wealth. Because if you generate income and it's properly managed, then it goes into wealth. So the skills and talents of Afro-Guyanese to the greater part are used in this country to generate income, generate wealth for others. For others. And if you look at those others, as I call them, then you recognize again the majority of those that Afro-Guyanese skills and talents are used to generate wealth for are not necessarily Afro-Guyanese. History would have shown us that the Portuguese, the Chinese, the Indians, they were allowed to dominate the economic sphere of this country, coming out of plantation slavery, coming out of colonialism. While our ancestors were freed from plantation slavery, emancipated, they were still not free as economic agents, let me call them that. They were not free to ply their trade as they see fit. They were not free to negotiate their value as they see fit. Because when the ancestors came off of the plantations and they started buying up old plantations and establishing villages and so on, and therefore became free agents for the labor because Massa now had to negotiate with them for labor. What Massa did immediately was to go to India and bring indentured immigrants. That's how the Indians got here. They came as indentured immigrants, as an alternative to black labor. Because as free agents, as people could negotiate, they pay and negotiate the hours of work, etc. With Massa back then, Massa had no option. You pay for it or you don't get it. You had to negotiate. We had to get the value that we determined that we were worth. And Massa said, no, this thing can't work. So we are bringing competition into this thing. And so they went and they got the indentured immigrants and they brought them. And immediately, it became competitive in that we don't have to rely on your labor only. We have the indentured immigrants who are here on contract. And so whether they feel like get up and work tomorrow morning or not, they got to get up and work. So we know we're going to be producing still. And when their time of indentureship came to an end, then they too became free agents. And so the invisible hand of demand and supply would take over. We're going to go for the lowest bidder. And so if you check historically in this country, one would say that there has always been a rift between Indo-Guyanese and Afro-Guyanese when it comes to the value of labor and other economic considerations. Because there's no competition. Massa got a acre of land to plow. Then black man say, I will go do one for $10. He goes over to the Kuli people and he say, how much are you going to do one for? And them say, I will go do one for $9. And so they price them black man out of the work. And of course, that will create angst. It will create, in many instances, anxiety and enmity and so on and so forth. And distrust above all else. And so this thing in start now. It's a long. Right? It's a long. And so a whole lot of our people found themselves delivering services to the other people at, in my mind, unfair prices. I call it unfair prices. Because the prices our workers are being paid in the public service is joke. They can't live off of that. $650 a month. Can't live with that. Can't pay rent. We have a property advertising for rent on this very program. And the cost per month is $500. Now, if your rent is $500 a month, tell me how you're eating from $650 a month. Tell me how you're traveling from $650 a month. Tell me how you're paying your utilities from $650 a month. Tell me how you're saving from $650 a month. And it is your savings which eventually can be used for capital, for investment. So if you can't save, you can't build capital, you can't invest. And so you are left, you're caught in a cycle of poverty. You're always down there, providing services at lesser value than it is supposed to be. And you can't seem to get out of this vicious cycle of poverty. But when you look across, and so your neighborhood becomes poor. You don't have enough to support and sustain the neighborhood business. You don't have enough of that. And so there are no major businesses in your community because, well, you're not spending power to keep any major businesses in your community going. All of we are at the mouth, all of we eking out a living. The government of the day is not supporting the growth and development of your community with infrastructure that will encourage businesses to come there and establish. And you don't have what it takes to establish businesses, so your money is going out of the community all the time. Even the little that you can scrape from your $650 a month. But when you look to the next door neighborhood community, you see government is doing so much. I keep promising I will take a walk around one of these days and show you what is happening at Lusignan and what is happening at Monrepo, for example, and compare it to Buxton and BV and Golden Grove and Pleasance. But every time I pass along that East Coast fair there, and I pass the Lusignan market, it bothers me to see how government can be discriminatory in the use of the nation's resources. Do you know that not only did they shed the market tarmac at Lusignan, I don't have a problem with that. Every citizen has a right to get proper facilities. They shed the market tarmac at Lusignan. They installed washroom facilities. They even put a police outpost. That is an immediate upgrade to that market area. That's an immediate adding of value to the business people there and so on and so forth. But you know what else they did? Just prior to the elections, leading up to, or during the elections campaign, they proceeded to asphalt that entire area immediate north of the public road there, what we call the tarmac. They asphalted that entire area right down to the corner of the burial ground. And of course, they did the internal streets of that entire Lusignan. I think they call it Jangotown. Is that Jangotown? But I don't know. But Lusignan North, let me call it that. Yes, people are entitled to development. But you know what? I recognize that asphalting has done for that area. In the front there, you got some auto dealers. Where is this for? And who's calling me away? Good morning. How may I help you? This is Mr. Amsterdam, Camps TV. You're calling for... Good. Yes, all of those auto dealers in the front of Lusignan there, what our government has done for them is create a showroom. I'm calling it loosely a showroom. Because while most of them were, I think there's one of them that was able to display the vehicles inside a building, most of them would have had to park a vehicle on the roadside or two vehicles on the roadside and so on and so forth, in the little spaces that they could have developed. But you pass along that corridor now, and you're going to see every auto dealer that, I want to say multiple, let me just say multiple. I was about to say scores or dozens of vehicles displayed out there. You know what that has done for their business? That has lifted the visibility and the profile of those businesses. Where is the paving and the shedding of a market tarmac in Buxton? Where is it in Lusignan? In BV? Where is it in Golden Grove? Plaisance. Where is it? And so you look and you see this government using the nation's resources in discriminatory manner, and developing these Indo-Guyanese area. And they become overnight, you want to say, they become business spots, bright light areas, let me call them, maybe red light district even, right? And the African Guyanese community still remain in its darkness and drudgery, nothing much happening, businesses can't thrive, dilapidated infrastructure, etc. I mentioned in the course of the week, Colin Cole and others visiting Success and squatting area and talking about regularization. Nompel talking about regularization. I think Anna Katrina talking about regularization. But right here on the East Coast, next to one of the schemes that is under development in the Vigilance South area, you have what they call the Vigilance Squatting area, where people have been living, quote unquote, squatting for more than 50 years perhaps. They started occupying that land or those lands with the blessings of the then village council. The ranger was a man at that time who could have given authority for them to occupy the land without documents, of course. And then as things changed, they became known as a squatting area. And if you're living in a squatting area, the only way you're going to get documents is if you get regularized. And the PPP government is regularizing all around them. But they don't see this predominantly Afro community sitting on the border of Buxton to regularize. And that's a part of the oppression. Because if those people get regularized, I can tell you, most of them, a whole lot of them, they don't live in shacks. They live in decent homes, decent constructions. If they get regularized, then they have documents with which they can approach financial institutions for assistance, loans, and so on, to improve their quality of life and their economic position. But then they're not getting regularized. And so what do we do as a people? Do we sit back and we say, well, throw our hands up in the air and do nothing? No. Organizations like the Black Economic Empowerment Society must step forward and do work. And that is what we intend to do. Work among our people to empower them. Show them where that unity is necessary for empowerment. So one of the things people have been asking what the Black Economic Empowerment Society will be doing, among other things. One of the things we intend to do is encourage our people to pool their resources. I think as simple as a susu, what we call boxan. Do you know how much a boxan can lift you out of poverty? How much a boxan can contribute to getting you out of poverty? By raising capital. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I said, you're working for $650 a month. And you can't save nothing when you pay $500 to rent. You still got to eat. Your children got to go to school. You got transportation. You got utilities and so on. And so there isn't much to save, if any at all. But imagine 12 persons, or let me say 20 persons. I want to use 26 persons for this demonstration. Imagine 26 persons getting together in a susu, a mountain susu, and squeezing out. They got to squeeze it out because it's readily available. Squeezing out $5,000 every month to contribute to susu. At the end of that first month, somebody gets $130,000, the equivalent of their salary. They can choose to bank that $130,000. They can choose to invest it in a business. They can choose to use it to do a little renovation in their home. That is one person who has been able to empower his or herself, bring a little betterment to his or her situation in 1 month, because 26 persons pooled their resources together. And that process continues. The second month, it is somebody else who will get that $130,000 to do whatever is necessary and important for them. And in 26 months, it means 26 persons would have gotten $130,000 to invest in their quote-unquote upward mobility. Whether they wanted to fix a fence, whether they wanted to fix a roof, whether they wanted to build a step, whether they wanted to raise some poultry, whatever. But that's an example of how unity, how togetherness can go far away in helping our folks out of their current situations of oppression and dispossession. I remember a woman saying to me, Mr. Amsterdam, I got a letter of allocation from the Ministry of Housing. And I had to pay 300,000, let's say. I can't remember the amount, but let's say 300,000. But I was able to pay them $150,000. And they gave me a deadline by which I have to pay the other $150,000. And I seem not to be able to raise this money. And mind you, this is somebody who's employed. I seem not to be able to raise this money. Imagine that person getting involved in a susu. And based on her circumstance, us recognizing that she has to reach the deadline in order to get this lot from the Ministry of Housing. We agree as a group, we can give you the first hand, as they call it. That person immediately at the end of that month gets $130,000 to go and pay to the Ministry of Housing, and so secure that plot of land. And with that plot of land comes a title, which they can now use as collateral to maybe do something. And so the Black Economic Empowerment Society is no big rocket science organization. The idea is to do big things, but starting with baby steps. Right? It's a cooperative principle. Buxtonian, Susu, whatever you want to call it. But I just use that as an example to show you, because people are asking, how does Black Economic Empowerment Society intend to work? How it intend to lift people out of poverty? How it is going to empower people economically? That is just one idea. Because trust me, there might be some business people who don't want to do $5,000 a month. They want to do $5,000 a day. Imagine 26 business people pooling their resources of $5,000 every day. It means every day for 26 days, a businessman is going to get $130,000 to add stock to his business. And so at the end of 26 days or the end of a month, you have 26 business persons who have been able to expand or diversify or strengthen their businesses because they now have access to interest-free capital. That's just an example of what the Economic Empowerment Society, Black Economic Empowerment Society, intends to do. And so let me play for you on Otis Redding. Otis Redding. I've got dreams. Dreams to remember.
I've got dreams, dreams to remember. I've got dreams, dreams to remember. Honey, I saw you there last night. Another man's arms holding you tight. Nobody knows what I feel inside. All I know, I walked away and cried. I've got dreams, dreams to remember. Listen to me.
I've got dreams,
Rough dreams,
dreams to remember.
I know you said he was just a friend, but I saw him kiss you again and again. These eyes of mine, they don't fool me. Why did he hold you so tenderly? I've got dreams, dreams to remember. Listen, honey.
I've got dreams,
Rough dreams,
dreams to remember.
I still want you to stay. I still love you anyway. I don't want you to ever leave. Girl, you just satisfy me. Ooh-wee. Yeah. I know you said he was just a friend, but I saw you kiss him again and again. These eyes of mine, they don't fool me. Why did he hold you so tenderly? I got dreams, dreams to remember. Listen to me, mama.
I've got dreams,
Dreams,
dreams to remember.
don't make me suffer. Don't let me.
I've got dreams,
Rock dreams,
dreams,
bad dreams,
dreams
rock
to
dreams.
remember.
Some of us got dreams to remember, and some of us like to, live by our dreams. We just want to remember, quote unquote, the greatness of yonder years, the greatness of back then, and so on and so forth. But there are lots of lessons that we can take. There are lots and lots of lessons that we can take from back then. Right? Lots of lessons that we can take from back then. I remember many of our communities. Leighton Charles, this is not a morning request show in Obano. Around this country, I remember a lot of our ancestors built their homes, cultivated farms by self-help labor, by that community spirit. I remember when we had cane farmers in Buxton, lots of cane farmers in Buxton. There were gangs, I call them gangs, groups of farmers. My father had his own group. My father was George Amsterdam, and the man he called Sledgehammer Boer. And Sledgehammer and Alpha Abrams and Cat Sam. I remember those three. The three of them used to come together as farmers. Hey, today we're going to clean you farm. Tomorrow we're going to clean Alpha farm. The next day we're going to clean Cat Sam farm. And when it came to reaping cane, they had the same attitude. Same attitude. That cooperative spirit. We're going to reap you cane this Sunday by. Next week Sunday, we're going to reap me cane. And the following Sunday, we're going to reap Cat Sam cane. And so by that, they didn't have to expend a whole lot of money to pay cane harvesters. They were able to retain that value for among themselves because they worked in a cooperative way. I dare argue that a lot of that spirit of cooperativeness has been removed. It disappeared from our Afro-Guyanese community. And I'm hoping that the Black Economic Empowerment Society can bring us back to that place where we can recognize the value of cooperativism. So we don't have to have liquid cash. We know it's a challenge. We're working for $650 a month. It can't do nothing for we really. Maybe pay a few bills and we broke again. We broke again. But if, as an example, like I said, if we were to do a monthly susu, each of us squeeze out of $5,000 and pool it, and this month the first person gets $130,000, and they decide, hey, this month, right? I want to fence me yard with this money, because if I fence me yard with this money, I could lose 2 duck inside, and I could lose 2 fowl inside, and I could lose 2 sheep inside. Or I could plant a garden. Because once my yard is empowered, once my yard is fenced, then I'll be able to keep out the animals, and I could plant little food. And so if I plant in little food, it means that greens and vegetable bill is now reduced, because I ain't got to go and buy 4 slices of pumpkin in the market for $1,000 a slice to feed my family. I could pull a pumpkin from the garden. Or I ain't got to go and buy a pound of tomato in the market for $800. I could pick 2 tomatoes in the garden. And so immediately I'm empowering myself, because I'm reducing my food import bill. This is a national term, right? I'm reducing my food consumption bill. And so the money that I could only use to buy the basic rice and stew, I can now get some of that money to buy proteins to add to my meal. And so I'm going to be able to get a much more balanced diet. Means my children will be healthier. They might be able to focus longer in the classroom. I might be able to live a little longer in terms of years, because I'm getting to eat better, because I simply throw a susu, I'm going to get $130,000, I build a fence, and I buy 2 seeds, or I beg my neighbor for 2 seeds from my garden, and I choke 2 plants. Yeah, the government oppressive, yeah, the private sector oppressive. They pay me starvation wages because they want me to remain in poverty, so that they can get cheap labor. And since I can't afford to educate my children, they will get a continuous supply of uneducated Black people to take advantage of. But I can change that circumstance by recognizing that there is strength in unity. I want us to go back to that principle. That is what the Black Economic Empowerment Society will be pushing for. Unity among our people. We will be looking for those opportunities that can be used to empower our people and link them to those opportunities. For our small business people in the community, we want to do seminars to them so they understand how to better manage their businesses. We will do all the search and find out where finances are available to them and try to link them to that finance. Even holding their hand to help them write project proposals and so on. That is what the Black Economic Society is about. So it's not a pie in the sky dream. It's not something that is unachievable. It's not something that is impossible to achieve. I see us building multi-storied buildings for business. I see us having increased productive capacity for value-added products coming out of our communities. But we have to start someplace. And I'm saying if we start with baby steps, we're going to be able to achieve it faster than if we lay back and pray for the government to change and pray for the next government to have enough love for us that they will take things into their own hands and create policies that will lift us out of this oppressed and depressed and dispossessed state that we are in. Good? If you share the ideas, you share the dreams, you share the aspirations of those of us in the Black Economic Empowerment Society, feel free. Join the movement. Check our Facebook page, Black Economic Empowerment Society, BEES. The link to the membership form is there. There are different categories of membership. Indicate which one you want to be a part of. We are now developing the Black Business Directory. And so soon we are going to release the registration for Black businesses. Right? Soon we're going to release the registration form for Black businesses. Because not only are we wanting to encourage the establishment of Black businesses, but we would want to encourage our members and members of the Afro-Guyanese society to support Black businesses so that they too can thrive. It's good to say we got Black businesses, but when you look at the disadvantages that they face with, you might be surprised. A friend of mine said to me the other day, ambitious youth, man. For years we've been friends. I being the elder, offering a little guidance here and there and so on and so forth. So, you know, Mr. Amsterdam, the other day, I went and I was inquiring about registering a car sale, an auto sale. And you know, a man tell me I gotta get at least $10 million in the bank. I gotta get at least $10 million in the bank to register as an auto sale. And I also gotta get a physical address, a land, let's say, that could be used as my showroom for vehicles. Otherwise, every single vehicle I bring in, I got to pay customs and duties right away. Where the average young Black man finding $10 million from to have in his bank account alone? Just have it in his bank account. A land to establish a showroom, a holding bay. But is that information even out there unless you're really going to dig for it? You know. But when you look in the same Lusignan area, when you look in Lusignan, for example, you could find, I would think about 6 to 10 auto sale enterprises. About 6 to 10 of them. A lot of the showroom is on the roadside. But here's this young Black brother saying the requirement is you gotta get what I call a stockyard. You gotta get stockyard and you gotta get at least $10 million in your bank account just to register, you know. Think about that. But can we do it? Yes, we can. Because if that same young black brother were to agree with like-minded individuals and they pool their resources together, they could come up with $10 million. If they do a susu, they could come up with $10 million. They might come up with $10 million 1 month. But they could come up with $10 million over a period of time. Right? I'm just talking empowerment this morning. Like I said, it's Empowerment Wednesday. And I hope our people are listening, and I hope our people will be sharing with others. Good? And if you want to get the real in-depth, up close and personal information and benefit in a real way, more directly one-on-one from the Black Economic Empowerment Society, then you gotta be a member. So fill the membership form.
Members only, it's a private party. Don't need no money to qualify. Don't bring your checkbook, bring your broken heart, 'cause it's members only tonight. Say you lost your woman, say you lost your man. You got a lot of problems, in your life. Well, they throw in a party for the broken hearted, and it's members only tonight. Go tell mama, go tell daddy, red or yellow, black or white. Throw in a party, all for the sad and lonely. It's members only tonight. Members only, it's a private party. Don't need no money to qualify. Don't bring your checkbook, bring your broken heart, 'cause it's members only tonight. Say you lost your woman, say you lost your man. You got a lot of problems, in your life. They're throwing a party for the broken hearted, and it's members only tonight. Go tell mama, Lord, go tell daddy, red or yellow, black or white. Throw in a party mother sad and lonely, and it's members only tonight. Conscious members only tonight. Conscious members only tonight.
It's important that we join organizations. A lot of our young people especially do not see the importance in joining organizations. I remember as a youngster growing up, when you had a death in the village, you'd all people, well, even before anybody dies, on Sundays especially, you'd hear the elders talk about going to pay the burial of Friendly Society Jews. They had a little book, a burial and Friendly Society book. I think Buxton had about 3 of those burial and Friendly Society. I think Tipperary was one of the burial and Friendly Societies in the community. Every Sunday they grab you as a grandchild or as a child and they give you the $5 or how much and they say, go and pay me society due. And you go and you pay your society due. You carry the money, you pay the society due, and they write it down in the book and they record it in the ledger and so on and so forth. And when that person dies, the family was able to go with that book and say, well, look, I know my mother, my grandmother, my auntie was a member of this society. And they look at the book and they say, yeah, she got $600. So this is the $600 that she saved. And this is how much we contributing to her burial. So even burying a dead was not such a stressful thing, because through these societies, the elders were able to save up a little bit at a time. For eventualities like those. Good. And they also had penny bank, and they still got some penny bank in the communities. Penny banks used to be run mostly by the churches. You pay your penny bank every Monday or Tuesday, whenever is the penny bank day. You go and you put your little jill, your bit, and so on, and you go in your money in the penny bank. And if something were to happen and you ended up with an emergency in the middle of the year, you could go right back to the church and say, well, man, I know penny bank was paid at the end of the year in December, but I got this situation. And they're going to pull out something from your penny bank book and they're going to give you to deal with your situation. We have to encourage our young people to join organizations. Even us, we as big people, we gotta recognize the importance of joining organizations. And not only us being members of organizations, but we have to encourage our family members to be members of organizations, because there are benefits to be had from members of organizations. Being a member of the Black Economic Empowerment Society will bring you some benefits. You're going to get linked to training, and you're going to get linked to opportunities, and you're going to get linked to many other things, small and large. But you can't expect to get the same benefits as a non-member that the members are getting. And I think that's one of the problems in our society. We have a lot of youths, many of our young people, this current generation perhaps, have never joined an organization. You ask some people if they ever joined, if they know about scouting, what was that? You know, it's a co-op? No, what's that? And so if we're talking about empowering our people, we have to take them back through some of these things. Being a member of an organization, you get an opportunity to sit and discuss things like career choices. What is the trend? All of our people are wanting to go as a teacher. All our people are wanting to go as a public servant. But do you know that there is more to be gained from a skill? If we direct our children, for example, y'all go and learn plumbing, go and learn electrical installation, go and learn AC and refrigeration technician, go and learn carpentry, go and learn masonry. It doesn't mean that that person can't take a public service job or a teaching job. But that person is empowered with a skill. Graduate at the top of your class as a mason, graduate at the top of the class as an electrical, what do you call him, as an electrician. And then if your dream job is to teach, and apply to teach a technical area. Because even while you're teaching in that technical area, or while you're teaching in the public school or even private school, you still have that skill that you can supplement your income with, whether it is after work or on your weekends. That is empowerment. That is empowerment. A lot of our children got degrees, degree in this, degree in that, and they're looking for jobs and they're getting jobs and all kinds of things. They could become teachers. And they have that degree, the knowledge from that degree that they could leverage outside of the teaching hours. That's empowerment. I see somebody is saying the problem with many of our blacks or Africans is that they're gonna collect the box sand and they're not gonna pay back. Yeah, you expect challenges like those, but do you always dwell on the negative, or you see the light? Do you always look at the darkness, or you try to see the light? And that is why you require membership. If you're a member of the organization, then you get them to understand the organization principles. And part of their contribution to the organization might be in fundraising. Listen, this month we are going to do a fundraiser. We're going to contribute anything. Just sell a couple tickets. We're going to do a big takeaway lunch so that the organization gets money, it gets capital. Somebody decides that it's going to give you 25 chicks and give you fee to maintain them for 3 weeks so that you're going to be able to rear them after that on your own. The organization has the money with which it can do that. And you don't feel its freeness, or you don't feel bad about accepting it, because you know you've contributed to the fundraising effort of the organization. And so the organization has capital because you contributed to the fundraiser by simply selling tickets. That's your investment. And so the organization has capital that if somebody reneges on repaying that money, then the organization can fill that gap. The organization can fill that gap. So it's about planning. It's about, putting systems in place, recognizing that you're going to get potholes down the road, but how do you cause those potholes? The thing is that the organization must be able to guarantee every member that once you put your money, you're going to get your money. So if Tom Jones collect the force hand and Tom Jones income next week to put $5,000, the organization must be in a position to put your $5,000 here and get it. It's not a loss to you. It might be a loss to the organization. But then again, community pressure, moral suasion will very well make Tom Jones pay the money. Because if Tom Jones understands that if he doesn't pay that money, then his society is going to be breathing down his neck. And everybody in the community gonna know Tom Jones is a damn scamp. He collect money and he ain't give it back. The police and some might be last resort. But yes, don't let those little negatives impact you. You have to see the positive and the goodness coming out of all of this. It is 90 minutes to the 9 o'clock hour. I didn't even realize that we had gone so far in time. So the lines are opened. I would like to hear your ideas. I would like to hear your commitments. And I'm encouraging all of you on this program this morning to go across to the Black Empowerment Society, the Black Economic Empowerment Society Facebook page. Like and follow the page. Look for the membership form. Become a member. If you enable search or nothing and all of that, send me a message on WhatsApp and I'll send you the information. directly so you can become a member. And of course, you can ask me questions directly, and I'll be able to provide the answers to that. Remember, there's a home to rent, a house to rent, located at Duncan Street, Campbellville. The number to call is 201-388-3352. Call it on. Good morning.
Morning, morning to the nation. Anyway, I enjoy this program. But Marty, work to be done, and we gotta do it little bit by little bit. And you started. Rest assured, I would be on this program. This is the way to go. I always say, the problem is not nobody. The problem lies among ourselves. And it's time for us to get the book and close it with its politics and deal with real issue. And I enjoy this program this morning, and this is the way to go. Kadaki, I am just at your age, and we got the ability to change these dynamics. We gotta do it in a rush. Way to go, friend. Enjoy the day, and I love this program that you're about to get moving. Rest assured, I am on board, friend. Time rest. Just close the book with politics and the real issue that empowering people. You know, I always say this, right? Academic don't determine direction. And in at GTI, years ago, I think was it marked they had a technical institute. Today it got the sign mark. Skill is well. And indeed, skill is well. We mustn't just turn. We gotta change the dynamics and change the dynamics by pivoting. And we got to get our young people to take up skill. We are in a wonderful time now, beautiful time. There's high demand in skill, and we need to get our youngsters them moving in the direction, a skill. Time for we to close the book of politics and pick up this direction. As you rightfully said, we don't have money to come and vote for make a contribution. There's a system that you just speak about, you know. This place, I get. When you're going for a small loan, there's a lot of people come in as a team, prior to coming in as a team. Prior to coming as a team, they got a program that is carry you through. You just don't get money like that. They allow you to know this is serious issue. So you gotta go through a program. Okay, that's not going to pick up money like you rightfully pointed out. You don't pay the 5,000, there's a system in place, we can pay. And the police is the last resort. So it's a thing about constructing the mind. But I can't stop telling you, way to go. We at this age, which is a new generation, which is the elder generation that going up, got the ability to change it. And it's always nice, you know. Some people think living big is how much care like that. And we'll close the wheel, etc. It's not living big. Living big, it's when they left behind. People speak of Kadaki. By the park, I put a card for you. And something is get done for you. Your name. So, love the way we need to rest down the politics then and address the situation. Problem is lying on, but like how we as a people. And we try the best to be different.
Thank you, Baker. The lines remain open 6225923. Here is one of my favorite songs. Percy Sledge, when a man loves a woman, when a man loves his people, he will do anything for them.
When a man loves a woman, can't keep his mind on nothing else. He changed the world for the good thing he's found. If she is bad, he can see it. She can do no wrong. Turn his back on his best friend if he put her down. When a man loves a woman, spend his very last dime trying to hold on he needs. He give up all his comforts and sleep out in the rain. If she said that's the way it ought to be. Well, this man loves a woman. I gave you everything I had. Trying to hold on to your heartless love. Baby, please don't treat me bad. When a man loves a woman, down deep in his soul, she can bring him such misery. If she plays for a fool, he's the last one to know. Loving eyes can never see. When a man loves a woman.
When a man loves a woman, when a man loves his people, regardless of what label they give to him, he will continue to do what he has to do or what he believes is necessary to be done for his people. Right? I remember when I first started talking about the Black Economic Empowerment Society, the likes of critics and all of them label it racist. Like I care. I don't care. I certainly don't care what people think about me. Right? And so we are on this path, we are on this journey, and I am encouraging you to join this journey. 5,000, good morning. You want to share a thought with us? Go right ahead.
Yes, I like to share a thought with you guys. I like the idea that you're talking about black empowerment. But one of our main ideal structure of the black empowerment is that the black mothers or fathers of today need to spend more time with their children, making proper decisions concerning everything in their life. Now, the black population in Georgetown, Guyana, the young men and the young women need to start taking the time and learn skills, get to learn skills, and stop looking at the money they're working for while they learn. Because when you already learn, no one can take it away from you, but you can empower yourself with what you already learned. Oh, people today would like to have the most money in their hand, but they can't work for it. They don't have the skill that required. They come today, they first time on a job site to learn something, and they figure they want the highest day pay for it, but yet they don't have the skill for the pay. I remember years ago, way years ago, when Guyanese were respectable and looked up to as skilled persons. Today we are not. We lost all of that. And due to those times, because it was in the schools, you get your skills from. Now today the schools are the skills to give. And most of our young people are led astray because of political decisions to make. But in order to us,
Thank you, 5,000. We'll talk about that in a bit. Caller, you're on WhatsApp. You're live. Go ahead.
Greeting, morning neighbor, morning viewers. Way to go, proper way to go. With the topic that you got this morning on the black economic empowerment. Look, brother Kadak, you only yesterday, some youths we got a little group, I think in the community of one of the communities of Linden in Amir's Ward. And there was one of the topics where the youths decide to decide to starting up a system where when it comes to these emergencies, with business or sickness, death, and things that you could be able to turn to somewhere. Right now, it's in process. It's setting up to get into full action. Anything when it comes to black people, and like it's a thing within the world, but like it's more petty when it comes to dealing with in Guyana. and think that since you see the black man got to stand up and talk is racism. But you with the likes as you say like critics and them that downplay your suggestions on the black economic empowerment on starting it up where they label you as being racist and label the initiative as being of racism, none of them wouldn't stand up and did the thing about it. And some of the black brothers and them encouraging the thing, and it's so it making the uphill task for people like you, patriots like you, brother Kadaki. It make it a little more tough, but we know with the resilience that you got within you, it can't fall you. Okay, but people like them go shiver because they know the scorn and the hate and all kind of thing against black people. They're in them DNA. You understand? If you turn to a black brother and a sister that don't like or might not appreciate an Indian brother or sister or a Amerindian or a brother or sister of any other race other than black, there would always a reason why. This is so is because they beat or because and them kind of thing. All the rest of races that hate black people is because of one reason, because they're black. That is all about it. Just because they're black. Not because they're black and stupid or black and ugly and black and like this and that, them kind of thing. Just because they're black. So anything that we doing with when it comes to our empowerment, our upliftment, would always bring uncomfortable feelings to those brothers and sisters of the other ethnic group that unconscious. Because the cats unconscious one will understand or would support it, support the initiative and them kind of thing. So when it comes to people like critics and them, Brother Kadaki, I listened critics yesterday on on Brown Voice of the Diaspora. Is one of the most pettiest and stupidest interview that I ever seen on God. Yeah, brother. No, I ain't discussing him, but I'm just trying to lay home the point that when it comes to us as a people, certain encouraging one another, you're gonna find the likes like him feeling uncomfortable. And we ain't even touch them. All we doing is talking to himself and the cock the ears and listen. And the gun on all platforms for talk like if they get touched. Much less if they get touched, which we ain't got no intention touching. So the word sound alone. So let we continue encouraging the black youths, our black self of the self empowerment, which is good. Thank you so much for being the front runner with it, brother Kadaki, and blessing the blackness. Thank you.
I see Vinod, Prasad Vinod, whoever saying, oh, you want to do so, you're living in the Stone Ages. And people responding to Vinod. It's not that Vinod doesn't understand that Sasu in a Stone Age thing. Sasu is an economic thing. He understands that. But he wants to beat negativity into it so that the idea of a Sasu going to be dropped so that black people don't get access to financial resources. You want us to sit back and wait to go to the iPads, to go to the commercial banks, to go even to the Small Business Development Bureau for them to tell us no, right? Or to stymie our projects, right? We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. Because we got options and we will use our options. While we are waiting on them, we're gonna look elsewhere. Good? While we are waiting on them, we will look elsewhere. We will look internally to fund our projects. It's as simple as that. And if you don't know me by now, you wouldn't know me. Because by now you should know I'm very determined.
You will never, never, never know me. All the things that we've been through, You should understand me like I understand you.
Hello,
Now, baby, I know the difference.
and all my black brothers and sisters in Guyana. Let me mention my favorite words, what I love. I am responsible for what I said, not how you interpret it. Can you hear me? Because I'm getting a feedback. And what about my followers? Can they hear me? Okay, good. Thank you very much. You're talking about empowerment. Today, I'm going to open my old cans of worms who vex taken to the bank. The word empowerment, it comes with love, unity, support. Present. Bonham demonstrate that word empowerment. No, I'm only going to mention one. Bonham opened a bank that black people could go and get money to do business and empower themselves. We as voters just vote for get benefit from our vote, but our black leaders just don't even appreciate that, because when I'm going office, they just empower other ways. Let me talk about 2015 quick. 2015, when our black brothers, ministers, and president take office, when the wicked Kodi government leave all that rice for spoil and rotten without telling the government that take over. What the government did, pumping how many $1 billion to pay them rice farmer, whereby they could pay them half of that money and empower black people with the next half. Go in a village, walk a village, and ask question, what do you need? Not want. What I could assist you guys with, because time has changed. Then refuse not. Come back again with the sugar. Them going office and pumping so many billions of dollars, plus give them Kodi money. They could have given them off and empower black people with off. When you talk about empower, we is to blame because we do not empower ourselves first. We empower the other 6 ways. Look, 2015, 2020, all the male ministers, them go around and talking program. Them had a chance to empower black people by putting policy in place that when the first money come in, that today black people would get a 5,000 US every year. They could have put policy in place. Even to those who rent, put policy in place. But no, they put policy in place for our island money being another country.
Gordon.
Another country.
Flash, Gordon.
Yes.
I know of all the ills. I want us to deal with the positive. Let us use our time, at least this morning time, to talk about empowerment and not the failure of the past leaders to empower. I am tired of hearing that song, quite frankly. I want to hear a song that is a song of hope.
But
I think by now all of us understand where the leaders dropped the ball. Let us together pick it up on our own and move it forward. I ain't able with the song no more. Thank you.
I am very disappointed in you this morning.
Well,
very disappointed. Because a young man is calling every morning and disrespect black people and coalition party. I just love him for keep on talking every day. I don't stop him until he finish. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
You know, I like to ask him a face when I'm talking certain things. I feel let me take his call. Call you on, good morning.
Morning, Kadaki. I want to make some contribution to the same black empowerment. society. Whereas I'm working on a manual right now for technicians when it comes to air conditioning refrigeration. It's like a crash course or something you could refer to whenever you have problems. And you'll be able to use it on your phones and flip pages if you want to. And I'm going to offer free consultation to young people who want to get into the trade. They could text me, they could email me. I'm going to guide them through when it comes to air conditioning, refrigeration, and electrical. Because I'm very versed at that. Y'all don't make a come back home and do it. Because if I come back home and do it, y'all won't get work. All right. I'm going to chew it up. But I just playing there. But I'm serious about it. Whereas I want to see our people take control of that industry because we had control of the industry before. That part of it. Because we could make money in that. And it's a trade whereas you will never ever be out of work. As I call it, it's a recession proof trade. Because you go to the hospital, the blood got to keep on the certain temperature. The operating theater got to work on the certain temperature. The supermarket foods got to be frozen. Certain spaces got to be air conditioned. With things how it's going now, the server rooms must be air conditioned, etc., etc. And you will need electricity to run that. So these kind of recession proof trades and careers, this is what we could guide our young people to be into and stay with it and build on it and make things for yourself. Don't go and work for a man who will give you a certain percentage of that. Unless you get in a good bargain with that man, then it's when you go in and work for that man until you do your thing. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to consult for them with them. I am willing, ready, and able to do it. Thank you.
Thank you for your call. And I can tell you this man is a man to his word. So yes, he's one of our associate members already. So don't worry yourself. We got you in the coop, so he's there to help. Let me say this. I feel the heart of Flash just now. I felt the heart. I understand the accusation of bias. But all I'm saying is that there's a time for everything. This morning, I say we're talking Black empowerment, and I want us to focus on the positives. I tired of cussing Granger. I tired of cussing the PPP without offering solutions. I could tell you that when the SLED program was launched under Granger and the money from the help under Amnali Ministry, she didn't do anything for Black people to get access to it. What does that serve? How does it help us now? How does it help us? I could go back to when Bornham Farm Cooperative Bank and Guy Bank and all them bank and perhaps encourage the Guyanese to utilize the facilities. And a lot of Indo Guyanese went and borrow the money and they never repay it. And so while Black people, they just skinning cock. How does it help us? Black Empowerment, Black Economic Empowerment Society, and this program this morning, Empowerment Wednesday, is about finding solutions. I don't care about that nonsense. And so sorry, my partner. Sorry, my friend. Sorry if you're hurt this morning. I can't help you. You're entitled to your feelings, you're entitled to your opinions. And Vinod talking about, like I said, what Vinod and the likes will come to this program to do is to try to stop us from engaging in progressive discourse that will move us forward. But Vinod knows very well that Guyanese youth got the same challenge to access capital as the Afro-Guyanese youth. Because the Indo-Guyanese youth has got to the mosques and the temples, and it has used their resources them to buy car and give them businesses and so on and so forth. It's a Muslim principle. I understand that they don't charge interest on loans. So, in though you could walk into the mosque and say, well, Meiji or wherever, mommy done school, I mean, I get done for them, one by one car for work taxi. And the Meiji gonna call him Mohammed, for example, and say, well, we got a young brother here who would like to have a car to work a taxi. All right, Meiji, we gonna buy the car for you and you gonna pay back the money. You not gotta pay interest. All right, Meiji, I got so much money that they allege I will defraud the government of Guyana. I will go give them one car. Afro-Guyanese don't have that luxury, if you call it that. I'm gonna show you something before I leave this program. Call it line, go on.
Hello. All right. Good morning, Kadek. How are you doing? Good morning to all the viewers and listeners. Um, hello. Could I continue? Okay, great. I just called and said for the first for the first time I would not agree with you with the way you handled flag this morning. Um, I'm not saying that you should not stand for what for the program for the way you conducted the program this morning. I mean, you said that what the topic for the program is black economics, but I think you should have emphasized that more with him to let him understand that that is exactly what you deal with this morning. You should emphasize a little bit more on that because I think he had plausible reason for believe the way he believed that you would have given somebody else a better chance when the person calls every morning and discussing stuff. So I do think that you should you should explain to him
Postmortem, that's
go
only
ahead.
tell you, caller.
Go ahead.
Postmortem, that's only tell you where you're dead from. You don't bring back the dead. And right now you're postmorteming, and I don't have that time to waste.
Understood. But I'm just saying that you should give him explain to him a little bit more that the topic is about this instead of letting because you feel bad. Simple as that.
It's not my
Thank you.
responsibility to listen to the program from the beginning, so my contributions are in keeping with the program. Have a good day.
We understand that. We understand that. Thank you. Good.
The time we have for these programs is not infinite. And so we can't continue to go to and fro and backwards and forwards on issues that, in my mind, have been dealt with. We got a voice note.
Good morning to you in the listening public. I listened to your story just now where you said about the young man said to you need to have $10 million in the bank account. Probably that system applies to black people alone because I know a fella who has a auto sale license and he don't even have $10 million. I bet my life he doesn't have that kind of money because I know the individual. But however he acquired that license, I don't know. But you don't need to have $10 million. If you have a $5 million or a $4 million, you can start with two vehicles. If a $5 million, start with two vehicles, pay your duty on spot, and what you do, you bid the market price. Bid the market price, and as you earn your profit, you grow your business into 10 million. And then so you can bring in more vehicle and GRA will wait on the sale of the vehicle for the tax that you have to pay on the vehicle. So you could start smaller too. And that's just my contribution towards the topic that you raised earlier.
Barkidaki morning views. Barkidaki pretend to Mr. Mohammed problem that he have with the Americans. They miss all of us at by being star president. Come on, man.
Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam. Good morning, viewers. Mr. Amsterdam, I believe the Black empowerment and to help the African Guyanese, that is the right step in the right direction. I think that is a good idea, and I think a lot of people should sign on to it.
especially for Guyanese. You have to start from somewhere, and I believe it's going to help. We have to come together to make this initiative a successful one. And I believe Guyanese should take a stand and say, listen, this is the way we're going to go. You have to come together. Afro-Guyanese have to come together and unite as one to push this initiative forward so that a lot of people, especially Afro-Guyanese, can get a little ease. And what would help to kitchen garden, if they can plant their own kitchen garden. And African Guyanese need to support their own. You have to support your own. That is my take for today. Bye. Good morning, Mr. Amsterdam. Good morning, viewers. Mr. Amsterdam, I believe the Black
And so that was our last voice note for the day. It is 12 minutes past the 9 o'clock hour. I should have been out of here at 9. And so I want to leave you with a final selection and do trust that you're going to have a very good rest of the day. Come join us tomorrow morning when we talk with Vincent Jordan on the economy and economics. And continue to share the live, continue to share the link, continue to like and follow CAMS TV page. Join us on TikTok. And definitely go across to the Black Economic Empowerment Society, the Facebook page there, and join it. Like and follow the page, and the link to the membership form is right there. You can sign up for membership. Or if you would like, hit me up 6225933 on WhatsApp, and I'll send you that link to the membership form. I will leave you with it. If you don't know me by now, you'll never get to know me. Because I've been with you for the last 5 years, and I've let you into some of the most intricate parts of my life, if I can say that, and my mentality. Y'all have a good day. Have a great day. Much love. Tough love is love too. And so those of you who feel that I've discriminated you, those of you who feel that I've wronged you, and so on and so forth, take heart. I love you any which way.
All the things that we've been through, you should understand me like I understand you. Now, baby, I know the difference between right and wrong. I ain't gonna do nothing to upset our happy home. Oh, don't get so excited when I come home a little late at night, because we only act like children when we argue, fuss, and fight. Hey, if you don't know me right now, you will never know. You'll never know me. Hey, if you don't know know me, baby, you will never know me. No, you won't. Hey, we all got our own funny moves. I've got mine. Woman, you got yours too. Just trust in me like I trust in you. As long as we've been together, That should be so easy to do. Just get yourself together, or we might as well say goodbye. What good is a lot of